Alright. We are coming up on, well, this is the 4th to 5th hour. As you remember last time, you can see I left it running. I'm recording this immediately after. So we'll subtract 10 minutes from the total time when we get to that part. Right now there's nothing to do, so we will move forward in the season. Here we go. Another pellet of honey. It's nice. Almost a full. We need some chicken feed. How long until harvest? Let's just check the calendar. Still a bit out, but soon. Greenhouse is going well. Let's check our finances. Oh, that's here we go. Finance. So we actually made profit the last 2 months, which is good. We made some on our sold products, which is from the greenhouse. This one was when we sold the wood, I believe. I don't think wood had it. Oh, here we go. No, that's over here. So this is purely here a greenhouse. That's very nice. You could argue to buy a second greenhouse and put it up immediately, but it's gonna be a problem as we haven't taken any loans or anything, and I need some money to be able to rent machinery once we get to that part. So let's just skip ahead. Next month we will have to look into acquiring some more food for the animals and sheep. We already have it, we just need to refill the grass and water for the sheep, of course. There we go, another pellet of honey, 1 pellet of eggs. Let's refill. So we need to hook up the tractor. Same for water. We might actually have to go and refill the trailer. Nope. Good. We need to definitely go and buy some chicken feed, just to be on the safe side. And we need to find a way to store some of our harvest for the chicken. Alright. Let's see how many more chickens we can get. None? Oh, we can get one. It's 30 or 30. Alright. Let's see if we can increase the sheep count. 15 or 15. No. Alright. Next month is a harvest month. We already could harvest barley if we wanted to, but we got oaf ready. Let's just check rentals or cheap machinery. Oh, that's a nice one for local farm stuff. Yeah. Let's see. I got a question about determining value. Well, at the end we're gonna sell everything we can, and see if we come out with more money or less than we actually had when we began. So both fields are ready, and I would like to store some corn or some of the harvest corn. I'm a bit careful about saying corn because I know Americans' corn is something different. That's maize. Very expensive. Very expensive, so it doesn't look like we're storing anywhere except in the, how should you say, the trailer. Oh, this silo can be filled with different products, it says. Liquid fertilizer. I'm curious if this can store maybe corn. If that is the case, that would be very nice. Should we try it? Should we place it? Well, in theory, it would be best very near the chicken farm, but do we have a way to raise and lowering? No. That would have been nice. Well, a problem for when we have harvest, so let's just get the trailer on. Go rent a combine harvester. Yes, I'm backing up, so very focused. There we go. I see production are really kicking in now. Another pallet. Same with wool. Alright, let's see. Harvesters. There's this one, it's too expensive. No. Last time we used the Fendt because it had a larger header. Oh, class 10.8. 12. So the class would actually would be cheaper to rent than a Fendt. Let's see, what's the price? Yes, it's done now. Header. Let's go and see what we can get from class. This one probably only fits the large one, so let's see. Lease. Very nice. Lucky we just have to go across the road. Then we're in our field. As usual, let's start with the header. And this time we're spreading the straw because of the added nitrogen. Unfortunately, this one does not have a GPS which could be, makes sense, and if I look at the screen, it looks like it's there, but if I press the button, no GPS enabled. But the more interesting thing is when we look at the bottom left, that's where we see the yield. And it looks like it's somewhat better than last year, or last season. The early part was very green, now we're into like light green, possible orange. Back into the green now. So definitely getting a good yield on this part of the field. So while we're here, let's get the factory started up. Let's unload some corn straight from the combine. Get the factory working. Of course, we won't get any money for this initially, because we are just making flour. and it's set to distribute to the bakery. So as soon as we got some flour ready, it will go to the bakery. They will bake bread and it will be sold. Gonna be busy this harvest, as you can see. Much bigger yield than last year. So, gonna hire the tractor we used to, these, and gonna hire some equipment for him. Actually gonna buy the Lizard 6 meters. Because we're also gonna use the same one to expand the field. And this would actually be sufficient for field work this time. See, the other field is also ready, so it's definitely going to be busy for a while. So just gonna let the AI deal with this. Right, the wheat is done. Started on the oat. So, in real life, when we grow a lot of, let's say, high yield plants like corn, oat, wheat, rye, we actually do something we call a crop rotation plan. So we might grow one thing for a year or two and then change it. And that's basically to ensure that we get a high yield each year. Another benefit is, of course, that it's very good for the environment, it's very good for the plants. But the main benefit is, of course, that you get a higher yield from the crop rotation, because you don't drain, let's say, you don't drain the ground as hard as you normally do if you just grow the same thing over and over. So basically on the first field you could say we grew 2 different kinds of corn, which is true, and that could be a crop rotation, but not really. Both of these are high yielding, high performing types of plants, and they will both drain the ground very hard, and the way to combat this or make sure the next year's crop actually grows well is actually adding a lot of, there's the many different options: fertilizer, minerals, things the plants need, and that's again where the soil sampling is really important. But also, if you have manure or something from livestock, this must be sampled, so you know the value of its contents before putting it on the field. Because by knowing the value, then you can actually save a lot as well, because you want to make sure that you can spread it as far as possible, make it last as long as possible. Hope that makes sense. Surely does make sense when you talk finance. So manure is often measured in tons or cubic meters, and the longer you can stretch this unit, single ton or cubic meter, over a bigger area, the better or cheaper it is for you to produce. The reason I'm bringing up crop rotation now is because now the wheat is done and we are harvesting oat. We need to already think about what do we want to plant in this field over here now, because considering this is a game, we have all the options we want, but considering this challenge, the 10-hour non-edited challenge, it also has to make sense, right? And since we already have a grain mill and a bakery running, it makes most sense to keep that production high. So basically what I will be looking at or considering here when selecting the next crop would be what gives me the most yield. Oh, another thing, as you can see, there's stones on this field. We haven't even touched on stone collection in this series so far. It's a very real thing, it's a very real issue, and I just think in farming sim it's maybe too much. Of course, if stone has never been collected from the field, yes, then you'll see a lot of stones, but we do have stones. Sometimes they're very big, so you can't even handle them without machinery, and they get stuck in our tools, like between the plow blades, and causing extra work or damage to the equipment. Small stones like these, it's like, it's fine. So we can already see this field is not as high yielding as our wheat field. And that's simply because we didn't have enough time to prepare it. We bought it last minute, actually the same year as we're harvesting. Quickly, immediately sorted and added some lime. There's no spray, no fertilizer, no nothing. So high yield is not expected on this field. And if you paid attention before, I was just moving the trailer, putting the honey in the trailer, getting it ready to get sold. The price is good right now. The price for wool, not so much. Maybe a month or two more, it would be good. Eggs, not at all. Not even worth. Bread, that's another thing. So now we have a bakery, and next month we'll start making bread. We can store it, or we can sell it. So if we store it, that means we'll get a lot of pallets outside the bakery, and we need to manually get rid of them somehow by selling them. So you can see we have these places where we can sell them. And the last thing we have is wool. Yes, still waiting on that. You saw the combine harvester, it went just down once and it's 27% full. That means if I take just a little off it, it should be able to go back and forth 3-4 times more on its own. So as for seeding, you can see canola. That's very profitable. I think we'll put canola in the first field. The one that's getting plowed right now. Canola we sell to, there's an oil refinery somewhere. And it's turned into oil. So you can see you get more for canola than we get from the others. So yeah, that would definitely be the way to go. Oh, what a beast. Too big for our use. We need to consider repair on our own main tractor as well. So you see we paid 100,000 for the grain mill. We can sell it for 47. And it's probably gonna go further down. Same with the bakery. 55% lost. Alright, we're coming up on 1 hour. Harvest and plowing. So, before I do anything else to this field, I want to expand it. But for that, I want to use the tractor with GPS. So I'm just gonna drive over here and park the lizard. So in the meantime, we can go and pick up a roller. So we can get this field rolled. Rolling supposedly helps with the stones, right? So it's pushing the stones down. Normally you don't roll until after your seeds are in. But I guess Farming Simulator is special. I think the harvester is full. Just gonna get the AI started here. You can see most of the stones are gone after rolling. Just head up so the trailer is aligned with the header. Match this. Oh, okay, we're full. Must have been a better yield on the last part here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's probably why. See the factory. Wheat, oat, it's good. This looks nice. Alright. Very nice. Beautiful. It's really coming along. So we want to do a couple of things before we're switching the day. We'll do that in the next episode. So this guy, once he's done rolling, or as soon as we're done harvesting, I'll put the plow on the red tractor, and then I'm gonna expand the field, this field, from down there all the way up here, and maybe up this far next to the road. And then I will do the same for this field. I will make it more square. We'll see. This tractor can then start sowing canola in this field while I'm preparing that field over there. And once that is done, then we need to, if you noticed, I loaded up the trailer with honey, because we need to sell it very soon. So there are quite a few things we need to do before going to next day. In game, of course. So with that, let's save. And make sure we quit. There we go. And then I'll see you on the next episode. If you liked, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you like and what you don't like. By the way, I'm adding my partner codes for Farming Sim below in all the descriptions, so you can, if you want to support me or buying any of the expansions, feel free to use the link or my code Vaupell. You can see my name on this channel is Equalizer, but my actual name is Vaupell, which is also shown on my channel page. Alright, see you next time.